What's up YouTube? It's the King Ian, and I am back here with a brand new YouTube video. And in today's video guys, I'm going to give you guys some college tips to my incoming freshmen as I just finished my very first year at the one and the only Coppin State University. Now, a lot of you guys know I did a video like this in the past a couple months ago when I finished my very first semester. However, I didn't have a lot of information I do have right now, and I only touched really based on like the baseline surface, but now I'm gonna start getting a little more deep dive. So you can consider this part 2, or you can consider this a whole new video, consider whatever you want. I'm just here to give the tips that I wish I knew as a college freshman. Before we get into any of the tips, please make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you haven't already. Lastly, follow me on all my social media platforms. Instagram, TikTok, both under King Ian. They're both going to be on the screen right here. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, much like last time, I have all the tips written down on my phone. My phone's going to be right on the screen to the left, so I can read it while I'm looking at the camera, because I don't want to have to keep looking down on it. That low-key pissed me off in the video I made in the past, because the phone was in my hand. So to avoid constantly looking down on it and then looking at the camera, I'm going to just have it propped up to the screen over here, so that way I can just look at it and look at you guys at the same time. So these tips are going to be divided into kind of like sections. So the first the first 2 tips are going to be based on like moving. The next 2 are going to be based off like getting class started. The next 2 are going to be really about like how to navigate with academics throughout. The next 2 are more generalized, and the same thing with the last 2 are more generalized. So let's get straight into these tips, okay? The first tip I'm going to give you guys is to divide all of your stuff into packing bags. Now, when I say divide your stuff, I mean like have your cleaning supplies in one bag, and have your utilities in another bag, and have your electronics in one bag, and like all that other stuff. Like divide the different things that you feel like you will need in separate bags, so that way you know where everything is, and you want to scour through unzipping each bag, because that takes more time. And when that makes the moving process a little bit more easy, and yeah, like I said, it saves you a whole lot of time. So just divide your stuff when you pack up all your stuff. Divide all the stuff into different bags, and that'll make the moving process so much easier. The next tip I'm gonna give you guys is to when you actually move in. Obviously you're gonna get your keys and whatnot, but you're also gonna get this sheet paper. It's full of like, it's basically just like to make sure everything is like make sure everything is cool when you initially move in. Now, the reason why I say to make sure you check off is that you really got to pay attention to that, because what ends up, well, not me, but I heard a story that like someone didn't check off on the thing right. So like their dresser was broken, but she didn't peep that until after she turns in the paper and moves all the way in, and everything was done. So when it came to room checks and the RA saw that the dresser was damaged, she ended up getting fined for it. So I say that to say this: if you end up being in that same situation, and them bills are no joke. I'm letting you know right now, them bills are no joke, okay? College already expensive enough as it is, okay? You don't need no extra bills because you neglected this paper. Like, you could have saved time, you could have saved really money, for real, because now you're getting fined over something you did or did not do. But you probably didn't do it because people are saying you didn't do it, but whatever, that's not my business. But I'm just saying, make sure you check that list off, and make sure you really inspect, really look into every single drawer to make sure it is T, because if every single one of those drawers is not T, and you don't check that off, if you don't make that on that paper, you will be getting fined for it. So why would you get fined for something you didn't do? Make it make sense. The next 2 tips, like I said, more so about when you get started with classes, like your first couple of days of classes. Well, really, this first tip is about when you don't even start classes at all. Because first tip is about making a schedule. You need to make your schedule the way you feel like you would make your schedule. Now, when I say that, I mean if you feel like you would like a early riser, and you feel like you can get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, then schedule a 9 a.m. class, so that way you can just have the rest of the day to chill and relax and study and do whatever. Now, personally, I don't recommend doing a 9 a.m. classes. I did a 9 a.m. class my last semester, and I missed like 20% of it. So yeah, you don't want to do that, because I'm not an early riser. I'm a late bloomer, so I always have late bloomer. Whoa, not a late bloomer. I'm a night owl. Okay, I like nights better than mornings. So I always recommend taking night classes. If you don't want to take night classes, that's totally fine. You can take morning classes if you want to. I don't recommend taking morning classes. I would like afternoon classes so I can finish, so I can start in the afternoon, finish in like the evening, and have the nights to myself. Morning, I have a whole routine to get myself mentally prepared for the day. If I have a 9:30 class, I'm not mentally prepared for the day. I'm just going to go to the class, probably go to sleep. That actually happened before. I actually went to sleep in one of the 9 a.m. classes. I was snoring. And I was snoring. And the professor heard me. And the rest of my class. I was so embarrassed. So, yeah. Don't end up like me and, just make your schedule. Or if you feel like you want to do that, go ahead and do it. But I don't recommend taking 9 a.m. classes. Literally ever. The next step I have is to make sure you read the syllabus. Read the syllabus. Read the syllabus. Read the syllabus. The syllabus will have the whole class layout on paper. It will have everything. It will have all the assignments you're expected to do, when they're due, all the tests you're expected to do, when they're due, what the test is on, what you need to study, this is that, da 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 da. Read that syllabus. And also have the professor's contact info. 100% of the time, actually. I would say 90% of the time, but it's 100% of the time. It will have the professor's contact info, so you need to get in contact with him really quickly. Sometimes it's his number, most of the time it's just his phone, just his email. If you need to get in contact with him real quickly, ask him for like an extension. I don't recommend you ask for an extension. I never ask for an extension because I already told him. I always tell my assignments on time. No shade. But if you need an extension, you better have a good excuse. But anyways, it will have sometimes their phone number, most of the time just their email, in case you need to get in contact with them. If you have a question about like an assignment, just about a question about really anything about like is class going on. Sometimes class does get canceled. What else? That's really it. But so make sure you read the syllabus. And yeah. The next tip I'm gonna have for you guys is if you don't need the books, please don't buy it. Don't waste your money. Now, when I say don't need the books, I'm saying like when you read the syllabus. Okay, what's up, y'all? So we're going to ignore the fact of how it's literally like nighttime and it's literally dark in my room and I'm using the flashlight so with like a light so you can see me. Because I filmed this whole video early on in the day and it's now nighttime. But I'm making this little clip right now because I want to kind of like re-explain this part of the video where I was talking about basically the whole book situation and how like you should go about getting your books. Now, when I was filming the original clip, I don't know what happened, but I think I just like start like I don't know what happened to me, but I was just like speaking nonsense. So that's not what I really wanted to say. So what I really wanted to say was this. When you read the syllabus of all the materials that include, that is the one thing you could pay kind of like a lighter attention to because you really just need like the book title so that way you know like what books to look up and where you should go to probably get the books because 90% of the time professors either don't use the book at all or they provide the book or they're going to mandate you to buy the book and you're still not going to buy the book because you're going to use any of the websites or online resources you have at your disposal to get out of that incentive. Like for example, I had to take an English 102 class at 102 and my professor recommended me. She told me to get this book and like she told me like there was no online resource that like I actually had to buy the book and I was like, who? I'm not buying no books. I made that plea my freshman year. Any other year, sure, fine. Freshman year, I'm not buying no books. So you best believe when your boy got the whole thingy, well, when your boy got the what's-her-face, she scoured the internet looking for that book, and lo and behold, I ended up finding it for the free 99. Mind you, the whole time she telling everybody they need to buy the book. Mind you, the whole time everybody in that class bought the book or found it online like I did, but most of the time they bought the book. I'm sitting there just like, girl, I didn't buy the book and I still passed class. You gotta be smarter. This is a general tip for literally every single body. Work smarter, not harder. Don't. Use that brain. Use that brain. You need a brain when you go to college. And really everywhere in life. Next tip I'm gonna have for you guys is use your resources that you have access to. Now when I say this, I'm saying like you probably heard like all the college stories, all this college tips from like your parents or like your teachers in high school or like your advisors or your whatever. They can tell you so much. They can tell you what the actual structure of it, like they can tell you what it's generally gonna be like, but they can't tell you exactly how it's gonna go because number one, they're so much older than you, and they went to college in a completely different generation that we have right now. And number two, they're not you. You know what I mean? So, really take everything they say with a grain of salt because they can't really tell you what the whole college experience is going to be like. Because number one, college, I said this in my last video and I'll say it again. College is going to be whatever you make of it. So it really is up to you what your college experience is going to be like. But literally, your parents cannot tell you what the college experience is going to be like and how you're supposed to navigate through life. And neither really none of the faculty or the professors on campus can tell you what college is going to be like because they don't know either. They went to school in a whole different generation than you're going to school. We in the 21st century. You know what? We have so much technology nowadays. Okay, we have AI now that's taking over the whole world. Literally every single person now is using AI for everything. Well, not everything. But they're using AI now. We have these computers, like technology. Like technology has forever expanded since they went to since my parents went to college. They didn't have all the stuff that we have. Okay, no shade. So you definitely want to use all them resources to your best advantage. Okay. Now, when I say this, when I say use AI, you can use AI lightly for like research purposes. Do not have AI write your essays. That is the easiest way to get kicked out of college. The easiest way to fail out of class. The easiest way to waste all that time and money just to get kicked out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. It's so simple. You can use it for research purposes. Like if you have a research essay, you can use it for that. But don't. That shouldn't be the way you structure an essay. Not for your professor. Don't do it. Because you gonna screw no one else. You gonna screw no one but yourself. So don't do it. Just don't do it. And I promise you, you can't get away with it. You can't get away with it. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. I know people who try to get away with it. They end up not getting away with it. They end up failing. So yeah, moving on. Next tip I'm gonna have for you guys is be responsible for your freedom. You are in college now. No one is holding your hand and telling you what to do anymore. That was high school. This is college. No one is holding your hand. No one's telling you what to do. You don't really have to answer to really anybody. You may have to hear a phone call from your parents every here and there, and just let them know how you're doing. You're doing okay. You're doing good. But for the most part, you don't have to answer to really nobody because like you can if you want to go out to the party, you don't gotta ask your parents for permission. Just go. If you want to like stay up late, don't ask your parents permission. Just do it. You really can do. Now, when college, you can really do whatever you want and not to answer nobody. Now, when I say be responsible with this, though, don't be dumb with it. That's really what I should have wrote. Not be responsible. Don't be dumb with your freedom. When I say don't be dumb, I mean, if you know you have a class the next morning, you're going out to party, you getting super duper lit, you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to wake up the next morning hungover, or whatever the morning after effect of the turn up was, and you're not going to feel like going to class, and you're going to end up missing that class, and you're going to flunk out of school. Well, I'm probably not going to flunk out of school because you missed that one class, but still, like I said, you just wasted money. You just wasted a couple of dollars that you could have went towards something else, going to this class that you just missed. You know what I mean? Don't like screw yourself over on this like once in a lifetime opportunity because like not a lot of people can go to college. In the economy we live in, not everyone can go to college. Okay, college is expensive, and mind you, my school is cheap compared to all these other schools. Coppin State University is cheap compared to all the other schools. Okay, and mind you, my bill. I'm not gonna say how much my bill is, but my bill is definitely not $100 or $1,000 or $2,000, $300, $3,000, $400. It's high. It's high. So yeah, don't waste money and don't be dumb with your freedom. Be wise and responsible with your freedom because our freedom could be snatched by having you kicked out of college and move right back into your parents' house. And now I gotta work a 9 to 5 just to keep the rent up. Now these last 3 tips is gonna be more generalized on like what you should do, or not what you should do. What could be helpful for you in your college experience, and that is number 1, make connections. Because at the end of the day, other than getting good grades, that's what really is college is about. Making good connections, making good friends, making good opportunities to set yourself up later in life. Because you're only in college for 4 years, possibly 5 if you're going for masters, or 6 if you're going for doctorate. I think that's how that works. I don't really know. But anyways, typically you're only in college for like 4 years. And then after that, now you set out to the world. Now you gotta get an actual job. You can't, not everything you can do just like by yourself. You kind of need some connections of some sort. If you just go to the college for the next 4 years and not make a single connection, not make a single friend, not go to a single like job opportunity, then you start ever going to college for what? Friendships, sure. But really make professional connections, because you never know where they can take you, okay? You could be recommended a dream job opportunity and they were like, oh, I know that kid. He went to such and such and such. Or if you go to like a conference, make sure people know who you are, because then someone from that conference can like remember you. And if you apply somewhere that they have a high connection, they have high power in, and they're going to be like, oh, I know that kid. He went to my conference. Smoother job opportunity. Make connections. Those connections, you never know where they can take you. Never know where they can. The next tip is going to be to don't put too much in your plate. Now, a lot of people feel like they need to like do like a whole lot of stuff. Like your first year of college, like after, like when you get to your classes and everything, oh, now you gotta sign up for all these clubs. I gotta sign up for like these clubs and all these organizations. Or now you gotta get like a job so they can get some money on campus. And like now you gotta do this. Now you gotta get an internship. Now you gotta get a fellowship. Now you gotta go to this conference. Do this, do that. Da 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 da. No. You have 4 years. Like I said, you have 4 years. It's not a long time, but it's enough time to like divide stuff out. Now, my freshman year, I did not join a single club. I did not join a single org. I went to one conference, and that was during spring, and that was about it. Because I didn't really feel like I was ready to join a club and then handle all that on top of all my classes. This year, I feel like I'm just gonna join at least like one club, maybe 2. If a club really interests me, but I really don't feel like I'm going to focus on one club for real. And then I want to get an internship in the summer. But regardless, don't put too much on your plate your freshman year, okay? You have 4 years. Just freshman year, probably just focus on your classes. If you want to get a job, I prefer you go on campus. It's easier to manage because you want to worry about transferring from back and forth to back and forth to back and forth. You're literally just right there. And yeah, and the last tip that I'm going to have for you is save as much money as possible. College is expensive. I said it before and I'm saying it again. College is expensive, and it's not just going with the tuition and the classes and the this and the da. If you like going out to parties, there's entrance fees. Those entrance fees are no longer like $3, $4, $5. They now $15, $16, $17. Sometimes even $20. And that's why I don't like parties. That's one of the reasons why I don't go to parties. I went to like 4 my whole freshman year because I'm not paying all those entrance fees. Those add up. No shade. So that's what I say that to say, especially, well, for girls it might be different. Some parties have promotions where like ladies get in free up until this time. But for me being a man, they don't have those type of deals. Ever. You're gonna have to pay the sticker price, and that's about it. So save as much money as possible. Don't do no like big purchases unless you really have to. Like, you really need a new computer, maybe splurge on that. But for the most part, don't do no like dumb big purchases. Wait for someone to pay for that for you. Okay? See, ask your family members to send you some money. Okay? Don't spend too much of your own money. Okay? Like, no shade. Try and this is another tip for y'all that I need y'all to take down. But don't let your parents find out. Ask your parents for some money, okay? If you're running low on funds and you really want to buy this but you don't want to spend your own money, ask your mommy, or ask your daddy, or ask your grandpa, ask your auntie. I'm well known for that. No shade. I did that my whole entire freshman year. When I felt like I want to get something, but I don't want to spend too much money, or I wanted to like DoorDash something real quick, or if I want to buy this thing from what's a face store, the little Coppin market that they have. but I didn't want to spend my own money. I asked my mom or my grandpa or my grandma or my grandpa actually sent me an Amazon gift card when I first started. So shout out grandpa, thank you for that. But and my auntie actually sent me some money too. Mom, my mother, my auntie, my grandma, almost everybody in my immediate family that I felt comfortable asking for money always sent me money anytime when I needed them. Now, granted, I don't be asking for like $30, $40, $50 at a time, okay? I be asking for like 10, 20 max. So, yeah, no shade. Don't milk your parents. Don't milk your parents, because they probably paying for your college expenses too. Don't milk them for $40, $50, $60. Calm it. Asking for like 5, 10, maybe even 20. 20 should be a limit though. But yeah, that's really it for all my tips and tricks today. I'm going to end this video right here, right now, because I'm starting to sweat and I hate sweating. So I'm going to end this video right here, right now. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you give a big old thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Lastly, turn on the post notifications so you know when I post a brand new video. And also let me know what content you want to see from me this year, because I look you want to start on my content creating game, okay? No shade. Regardless, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace!